Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Red Blizzard. And we're going to get on the subject of this woman who caught the Martin face. Now, my disclaimer is this. In no way, shape, form, or fashion am I condoning just beating on women willy-nilly, randomly, just to be doing it. I don't condone abuse against women or anything like that. But let's not ignore the fact, in the case of this woman, who's have multiple videos out there slapping random guys. Now, let's say for the sake of argument that those were skits. Slapping random guys and then bending over twerking in the street. And what looked like a strip of bars and clubs, a very nightlife friendly area. So what message are you sending? We know she doesn't like men. She's basically said such. She said women are the protectors and the providers. But if that's the case, if women are the protectors and the providers, then you should have had no issue with the guys that witnessed what happened not doing anything about it. Because out of your own mouth, you said women are the protectors and providers. You said you protect everybody. These are the words that you said out of your mouth. So why you got so much smoke for the guys that, in your eyes, didn't jump in and play Captain Saver 304? You're doing all that filming and asking questions. Why were you not calling the police? Why don't you have a description of this guy? The car he got in as he left the scene of the crime. Where's the police report? None of what you did made any sense whatsoever. And see, you put this image out, you put the energy out there of whether it's a skit or not, going around antagonizing people, slapping people, because that's the image you want to project out there. And what you don't realize is you manifested this negative confrontation by the way you carried yourself, which is definitely unladylike. And now you looking around for help why no man came to your aid to help you. You manifested that reaction too. You said women are the providers, women are the protectors. Men don't provide and protect anything that they don't possess. These are your words, ma'am. These series of events took place because of the energy you put out there. You put it out there in the form of entertainment. It's just like certain rappers that put out a certain image and wonder why they attract what they attract. That's why a lot of rappers have been shot and killed, taken out of the game, because that's the energy they put out there. It's also why Sukihana was put in an uncomfortable situation when old boy decided to force a kiss out of her on camera in front of everybody. Everybody, we all saw it. But see that image she put out there, the way she portrays herself, the way she carries herself, she attracted that type of energy towards her, and that's how that happened. It wasn't right, but that's why it happened. So the reason you walking around with a Martin face is because that is the energy you chose to put out there. And I'm just going by what is the widely speculated possibility that you walking around slapping random people was indeed a skit, was indeed a way for you to create content and drive traffic to your social media platforms, whatever platforms you're on. So you're doing that with the end goal of making that bag, which leads a lot of people to look at the GoFundMe that you have right now. A couple hours ago, the GoFundMe was at $36,000. Because you fooled a lot of gullible people, a lot of whom were the sashaying, cape draping simps out there who couldn't wait to shower you with money because they wholeheartedly believe believe the story. They totally believe you were 100% wronged and you did nothing wrong. But see, I'm not so easily fooled. This is why I don't jump out here and say things right away about certain topics. The Montgomery boat brawl, Carly Russell, certain things I just want to observe before I speak my piece and my thoughts on it. And then as time goes on, just like in those other cases, you start to see this person's story just unraveling, just falling apart. Like a house of cards, like somebody just kicked down your sandcastle. And you walking around pulling a sympathy card. You won't get none of that right here with me. Not at all. I mean, what is the purpose of you doing those skits of you just slapping men for no reason? You're just putting that thought out in the ether that it's okay to disrespect men. It doesn't matter. There's nothing men can do about it. But see, what you didn't count on was divine intervention. Since you want to possibly make skits and put this type of energy out there. And for all we know, it wasn't a skit. I mean, this is speculation. It could have been real for all we know. Whether it's a skit or it's real or not, that's still the energy you putting out there, and it came back to bite you. But of course, you probably don't care about that because you was able to finesse a lot of these simps and these extra pro-blacks that want to go out of their way to protect all black women no matter what. No matter what they say and do, protect. And the men walking around with that type of mindset, these are the imbeciles. They're operating on one brain cell. one, and I do mean one brain cell. But let this be a lesson to you. You can't keep just going around messing with random people just because you feel like it, just because you want to find a way to come up with some content. Because I guarantee you, one day it's going to backfire and that whiplash is going to feel like a brick to the face. And it's just maybe I'm just a cynical type of person, a contrarian. Because I found a lot of things that pop up on social media that appear one way turns out to be the complete opposite. And then you come to find out as time passes on, it was complete bullshit altogether. Now, I'm not saying this woman is completely lying about what happened or the guys that were witnesses to what happened. But something still doesn't sit right with me with this story. Something doesn't add up. You have no description of the guy that did this to you. You say he got in a car. How do you know he got in a car? What kind of car did he get in? What direction was the car traveling in? The area that you're in has a lot of bars, a lot of clubs. It appeared to be a very lively area. So there's no video footage, secondhand video footage anywhere. And we know about this social media environment that we're living in. As soon as something happened, the very moment something happens, everybody got their phone out recording. You mean to tell me nobody has video footage of the guy that hit you? Nobody. Nobody just decided, hey, this conversation that they're having, it looks kind of spicy. It can go in one of many directions. Let me start recording to see what happens. Nobody had that thought, that foresight. In the social media area where everybody's trying to gain clout, right? It just doesn't sound right to me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. See, I guarantee you're going to learn one way or another. And a lot of black women walking around with the same mindset, y'all going to learn one way or another. If what happened actually happened the way she said it happened. Because I'm pretty sure she's probably talking mad trash to dude to get him to react. And it's kind of tripped out that American black men are getting all the heat, but this woman, as you can see, she's not an American black woman. And the guys that were talking in the background, you can hear the heavy accent. Like, they was like, well, what do you want us to do? I mean, she's obviously like Somali or something like that, and they probably were too. And the one guy that did a video, he said he lives in the same area that she lives in, and she's known for causing trouble and havoc in the neighborhood. she's a troublemaker. This is what he said. Now, I don't know if he capping or not, but judging by the air quotes skits that she was putting out there on social media of just slapping random men, talking about how men don't provide anything, they don't protect anything. Okay. Well, you shouldn't have been surprised when nobody tried to help you. You said men don't provide and don't protect. They don't provide him any protection, so you should have known right away. Maybe you need to learn how to swerve. You know, black women in the Western world, they know how to swerve their neck when they arguing with a nigga. They know how to swerve when they cursing at a nigga. Maybe you need to learn how to swerve when you getting some fists thrown at you. I'm just my personal opinion. I mean, since according to what you say, men only protect what they possess, and you don't like men. And hey, if that's the if that's the oar you want to use to pedal your boat, so be it. But you can't have it both ways. If that's the lane you're going to be in, if you're going to push the narrative, the feminist narrative that you hate men and men are useless to you, then pedal with that oar. And when your boat start to sink, don't look around to find where the Coast Guard is at. No. That's your boat. You chose it. That's the oar you chose to pedal with. Ride out with it. Now I'm gonna say what I think might have happened. This is my own personal opinion. You know, I think maybe a dude was trying to holler at her, talk to her, whatever, this and that. And since she don't really like men like that in this stage of her life, because she has a child, so obviously at some point, and she was married before, so obviously at some point she did like men. So at this point in time in her life, she don't like men. So I think a dude tried to holler at her. She wasn't interested in him. She wasn't interested in him at all. But instead of just turning him down and going about her business, I think she tried to use that situation to create content for her social media platforms. So I think she got loud, belligerent, and very disrespectful, incendiarily disrespectful, demeaning the man, verbally castrating the man in front of everybody that was out in that area at that time. Completely embarrassing this man. This is what I think happened. The man that she's talking about, I don't think he was an American black man. I think he was a Somali dude. And men in a lot of these other countries, these foreign countries, they are very patriarchal. They are very patriarchal. So he still had that patriarch blood in him. So I think, and it's the same way with what they saying about the woman, the truck driver in Dubai. That she got loud and got disrespectful towards a man or whatever, this and that, and she ended up in jail. Because over in these other countries, that's how they get down. They don't tolerate the disrespect and the ratchetness and the stuff that a lot of you women get away with in America don't fly in other countries. So I think she started demeaning this dude, verbally castrating him, and he picked up the first object that he could, and he saw a brick on the ground or whatever. And I think he didn't hit her right away. I think she got the flapping off at the mouth like, I dare you, I bet you won't. Because you's a punk. And she probably had all kinds of verbal jujitsu with this dude. It's like, you know what? Your mama probably this and that. And she probably low blowed the hell out of this dude. And then finally he was like, wop, wop. Judging off what she's saying and the how it transpired and this and that, I think that scenario is very possible. Because these men of these other cultures, they don't put up with that crap. That's why you have ABWs going to Dubai getting arrested, thrown in jail, because they think they can act like that with any man. Because they, over here in America, they're protected by men. Yeah. So all you women out there, especially you black women talking about you the least protected, shut up. You're the most protected. The Western woman, especially the ABW, you are the most protected in the world. Period. But see, I think when she came across this Somali brother, I'm gonna call him Somali. I don't know, cause she haven't even given a description of the dude, the car he got in, or anything. So right now it's speculation basically, and right now it's looking like clout chasing, because she could have called an ambulance, she could have called the police. Police would have came to the area and subpoenaed all the cameras in the area. Like, all right, we're going to find out who this dude is. All the facial recognition software they got now, the analytics they got, they could just point a camera to your face and know exactly your name, your birth date, where you live, where you used to live, where you moved from, the kind of car you drive. They can get all that. If that's what she really wanted. So now it begs the question, is that what she truly wanted? Was this whole thing a skit on another level to push the agenda of hating men, especially black men? Was this an agenda? That 36,000 and still climbing that she has in her GoFundMe, how much of that is going to be paid to the person that hit her with the brick? These are all uncomfortable questions and conversations that I'm more than willing to have, because I got questions. I still got questions, and it's been a few days since this incident even happened. I still got questions. And I know y'all do too. Y'all just, some of y'all too scared to speak on it and say something about it. Not me. Nah. We're going to have these conversations, whether you like it or not, whether you're scared of it or not. We're going to have them. Because if the guy was really that upset that she turned him down, he asked her for her phone number, she turned him down, you know, probably embarrassed him in front of everybody, whatever it was. If it's not a skit, or if this person it's not somebody that's gonna be able to get a percentage of her GoFundMe, allegedly. I'm just guessing. I'm just thinking right now. Thinking out loud. Follow me. If it's not any of that, and he's just this violent man who, you know, either hates women or hates women that reject him, wouldn't he have aimed that brick towards her, like the front of her face where her nose and her eyes are? You know? If he's such a woman hater and he's so angry that you turned him down and just, this woman turned me down, I just feel like breaking her face. I don't know. Wouldn't he aim for the nose or something? Because a lot of women, the nose is like a prized possession for a lot of you. A lot of you try to get nose jobs. It's like you don't feel sexy unless your nose look right. And men know that. We know that too. A lot of men have paid for women's face jobs and, you know, nose jobs, and, you know, so we're aware of the portions of your physical anatomy that you are insecure about. So I'm just thinking, you know, if this guy snapped like that, wouldn't he try to break your nose or hit you in the eye with the brick or something? But the portion of your jaw that he caught with the brick, in my personal opinion, that's all it is. The jawbone, which can, when the swelling goes down, it can be popped back into place and it can heal normally within a reasonable amount of time. Not, you know, it won't take that long to heal. So, if we thinking about it, in theory, could it be possible that, you know, aim for my jaw? I don't know. There's just so many gaps in this story. Just like Kylie Russell. Hell, just like Juicy Smouye. I ain't gonna. I won't excuse him either. I put him in there, no problem. But this shit right here is just, it's too much that ain't connecting. The dots ain't dotting right now. You know they say connect the dots ain't dotting right now. But hey, according to this woman, out of her own mouth, women are the protectors and the providers. But yet, she's still mad at men for not helping and jumping in and protecting her. Why would they? Why would men protect a woman that hate men? You hate men so much, you could do better without men in your life at all. Then hey, all men should just fall back and let the chips fall where they may. What's the problem? Huh? Oh, y'all ain't ready for that type of conversation, huh? Well, we're going to have that shit anyway. And from what I understand, she was there with a lady friend of hers. You know. What happened to her? She just left you out there by yourself? What happened to women are the providers and the protectors? Where was she? Why wasn't she there to protect you? Why wasn't she there to provide protection for you? Am I bugging? Or am I asking the questions that too many people are dodging and don't want to answer right now? If at all, ever. And this is why this woman ended up with a Martin face.